welcome to That's Football. It's Brazil versus Belgium, and you know what? I'm setting up early, so I just thought let's go live early. There's loads to discuss. We've got the team news in. Let's crack on and get on with it, because we've got a massive game, massive game tonight. Brazil versus Belgium. Some big team news coming in as well. Big team news because we've got Fellaini starting for Belgium, which, if anyone was watching the Watchalong before for the Uruguay-France game, and I think this one's going to be infinitely better, or if you watched the Belgium game at the start of the week, then you'll know what I've said, that realistically, the way Martinez has been using De Bruyne is defunct. He may as well put De Bruyne on the bench because he's not been using him properly. He is moving him now. He is using him now. Lukaku up front, De Bruyne comes in for Mertens with Hazard on one side. De Bruyne moving forward from the midfield into Mertens' position, and Fellaini coming into the midfield with Witsel. Interesting, that is. Interesting because I would play Dembele. Interesting because Fellaini is a bit of a divider with United fans, and I think it's a bit of a risk bringing Fellaini in against a team like Brazil. I would have played Dembele every day of the week, but these are the sort of decisions that can change a game. And also, I think he's thinking, from crosses and things like that, maybe that height will help his team. So interesting that Fellaini starts. Lukaku obviously starts, but Brazil have pretty much gone with the same team, as you'll see below. The same midfield three of Paulinho, Coutinho and Casemiro. Can't play, can he actually? So I think they've brought in, I don't know who they've brought in, I'm going to have to wait for the bloody team news now. Caught myself out there, I have. It's not Casemiro, it's Paulinho, Fernandinho, of course. And Coutinho is the midfield three. Willian, Jesus and Neymar. There was rumour that Firmino would start, but he hasn't done. Wagner, Silva, Miranda and Marcelo comes back for Brazil, which gives them the width, which is where I felt Belgium were a little bit weak in their last game. So it is interesting. It's very interesting. Paulinho's going back to China, Mark, says Archie. Witsel snapped someone's leg. And morning, Mark, 3:30 a.m. from Sydney. And that's Neg Vertrast Niguas. Morning, pal. I'm glad to join us. Fred is rotting on the bench and will end up missing the US tour. That's not good for a new signing, especially as it's a new surroundings. Yes. Well, this is the last hope, isn't it? If a team gets knocked out in the quarterfinals, you will come home a week early. If you go to the semi-finals, you're the same as the final, because you've got to play that third, fourth. Even if you get knocked out in the semi-finals midweek, you're still going to be staying in Russia till the weekend, the same as the finalists, because you've got to do that third, fourth place playoff. So I want Belgium to win anyway. I want Belgium to win. I think this Fellaini thing is very risky, but it could work. It could work, and let's just see what happens with that. Where's Mertens, says 300. So he's on the bench. De Bruyne will move forward from the midfield into Mertens' position, and Fellaini comes into the midfield. And I must admit, I think it's a very wise move in relation to Fellaini. In relation to De Bruyne, I think it's a very wise move because they weren't getting the best out of him by a long shot. So I do agree with that. I think the Fellaini thing is really, really risky, but let's see what works. Because that's where the proof in the pudding will be. Yes, and on to Brazil. Obviously, Neymar is what he's going to have the eyes of the world on him today, isn't he? And I hope that I just hope he plays a clean game. We don't want any controversy, do we? That's what we don't want. We don't want any controversy. We want a nice clean game, please, from everybody. And I want a good game. I thought this afternoon wasn't terrible, but I thought it was predictable in the way that as soon as France got ahead, it was very, very difficult for the Uruguayans to do anything about it. But this should be different. This should be more open. I think we'll see goals in this game. I think it could go to extra time. That is my prediction. I think we could see extra time in this game. But let's wait and see. What are your thoughts in the live comments? Let us all know what you're thinking. Rap singer, chain blinger, let us know what you're thinking. Matthew McFadden's here. I'm good, Anthony Muller. I'm good, Carl Watkins. I hope you are, and I hope you're all right. Wonder how long Neymar will be on the floor for today, says Leon Jones. Absolute incompetence from Martinez. Just because Fellaini and Chadli came off the bench and scored doesn't mean they should be starters. They were impact subs for a reason. I sort of do believe you. Not that that means anything to you, Matthew, I know. But I sort of do agree with you. I was very surprised to see I would play Dembele. If you want to move De Bruyne forward against the Brazilian team, I think he should have played Dembele. But I think it's a risk, and but I don't think Martinez is a good manager. I think people labour under this thing that he's a good manager, and I really, really, really don't think that he is. I think he's a bang average manager. I think he's got access to a lot of good players, but I mean, come on, Thierry Henry's meant to be involved with Belgium. What teams has Thierry Henry ever played in that uses a player like Fellaini who can't pass? It is surprising, but it's their funeral if they go out, and it will be on them. So let's see what happens with it. Right, what else have we got in the live comments? To be honest, I see Fellaini playing in Mertens' position and Kevin De Bruyne still playing back. That's interesting from Matthew McFadden. I mean, that was the thing I would mention from a Manchester United point of view, or if you don't know what Fellaini's all about. Fellaini is better in the more advanced midfield position. Playing him in the centre defensive midfield position, which I've got a fear that Martinez will do, is something that infuriates Manchester United fans. And I think Fernandinho and Paulinho and Coutinho could have quite an easy game today against that midfield if he's going to play in there. It's a two-way thing. If a tactic works, you get the praise, or it's the opposite. Marco Polo says Google. And come on, fella, put us all doubters to shame, says Matthias. And look, even if Fellaini has a good game today, I still stand by the fact that it's not all about playing well in a World Cup. Doesn't mean that you're going to win a Premier League. I really, really don't. I really categorically and factually dispute that. It's a bubble. It's an absolute bubble. But I mean, SB said there, wait, Chadli and Fellaini start. I think Matthew McFadden hit the nail on the head. It's reactionary, isn't it? It really is sort of like a knee-jerk reaction to play two players because they played okay in the game the other night. I mean, it sort of goes against everything that you have been doing. So I'm a little bit surprised, but as I said, he is the manager and he will make the choice. And he has got options off the bench. I just hope that the game either goes the way that it's meant to go, or he resolves those mistakes quick, because it may well not be a mistake. But I don't think that Brazil are really going to be that concerned about a team that's got Chadli, who plays for West Brom, and a bench warmer in Fellaini. Well, I'd say bench warmer, actually plays quite a lot. But yeah, so yeah, I want Belgium to win this game, and Lukaku's the key to that, I think. I don't think it's going to be that impactful. But Chadli, what I would say against anybody who thinks that Chadli playing over Carrasco is a bad move, I think this should have been happening from the start. Carrasco is a right-footed winger who plays in China. Chadli is left-footed, as far as I'm aware, and actually, is playing in the Premier League. So that's what I would do. I would have done that anyway. I think it's, the right thing to do. There we go. Just having a quick look. I thought something had. I thought I'd read somewhere that one of the Brazilian players had got injured. I was like, oh my, it's not true. Don't worry about it. It's not true. Well, I don't think. I don't think we're going to see anything majorly different from the way that Brazil approach this game. They've got their game plan and it's worked quite well for them so far. I still don't think Brazil have hit the heights yet, and I was saying this about France this afternoon. I really do hope that at some point we do get teams who is going to win this World Cup, because someone's going to win it, and it'd be nice if somebody actually hit a bit of form. I think Fellaini is a threat. Salim, of course, he is if they play the right way. Prince Fresh says that Chadli is actually a right footer, but his left is quite good as well. Yeah, I thought that that Carrasco is so good on his right, but so poor on his left that it became a problem for them. And also, they need some defensive discipline. They really do need some defensive discipline. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh God, there's a comment here. What do I think of Fellaini's inclusions to Siraj? Well, I've just been talking about that for a moment. And Archie's right. Using capitals is not going to get it read out, especially when you're nicking my own taglines. You know who you are. If you're gonna try and put me down, don't use mine against me, and don't use capitals because I just won't read it out. Simple as that. But the width is where that they need to get at them. We spoke about this before. The width is where Belgium have been weak. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. I was quite confident of Belgium putting on a show tonight, but I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried about the Fellaini and Chadli inclusions. I don't think it makes them stronger. I genuinely don't think it makes them stronger, and that is a bit of a concern because I think Brazil are there to be got at, but I'm wondering if Martinez being Martinez against the bigger teams has bottled it a little bit and is going to show them too much respect. I don't think they're that good that you need to show them respect. But hopefully Belgium will go and express themselves like they did in the last 20 minutes when they made those changes, and maybe he wants to hit a bit of momentum with that. I don't know, but we'll see. I just despise Fellaini, you know. I'm just watching him now on the telly, and just it makes me want to vomit. It's totally a Manchester United thing. Just don't want him at my club anymore. A lot of people feel the same. I can never warm to the bloke. I never will. For Brazil versus Belgium live watch along. I'm just sharing the link. You can do it as well. Please do. It'd be really appreciated. Share the link in the video. Sarah, just click the share button and share it on Facebook and Twitter if you're on it. Anyway, I'm back with you lot now. They need to get De Bruyne into more advanced positions. That's where they made the big mistakes. That's where Martinez has made the big mistakes anyway. They need to catch teams on the break because Lukaku and Hazard will absolutely love that, as will De Bruyne. And Belgium can do that. They did it perfectly against Japan in them last few minutes. That's what they need to do in this game. They need to be looking at that situation, and they need to go out and be confident. They need to be confident against the Brazil side that I believe can be got at. I really do. I really do. Right, let's read some of your comments. Game starts in 20 minutes. That's right, Matthew McFadden, and thank you for that. And actually, being as the game starting in 20 minutes, let me entertain you. Let me entertain you. Wow, Fellaini start, says Dr. Trolley. What's this crap I read that Jesse Lingard is leaving to go to Chelsea? Oh God, Mark, I'm not even gonna respond to it, Mark, because you've hit the nail on the head. It is total and utter crap. There's just no chance of it happening, none whatsoever. He will not be leaving Manchester United. Not a chance. Belgium 3, Brazil 2. You should all watch this prediction, says I am Carrera. And Gabriel Azer's off form is a concern, says Joy Deep. It's a concern if you want Brazil to win. It's not a concern if you don't want them to win. And I don't want them to win. So I hope his form continues to be off. I want Belgium to win. I'm not going to make any secrets of that tonight. It's definitely what I want. And I think a Belgium versus France semi-final would be magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. But we're a long way, well, we're 90 minutes away from that. And but I hope we get it. I hope we get it. Because That's what it's all about. I'm messing around with lighting here. I have gone live early. I was sort of like toying with the idea about doing it, and I think it's a good idea, so we'll stick with it. Fellaini's going to win it with a header, says Joel Robinson. I'll be happy if he does that tonight. I will be happy if he does that tonight, because I want them to win. I want them to win. I can't deny it. I want them to win. I hope Belgium win, just because I absolutely despise Neymar diving, says Ramsey United. That, in a sentence, pretty much sums up how I feel about it as well, Ramsey. It really does just come down to the fact that I don't like it. I don't like what Neymar does on a football pitch. It really just really winds me up, if I'm totally honest with you. Anyway, while I'm chatting away with you, I just want to draw your attention to the link in the video description, which is Team Huddle. I'll tell you what it is now, but effectively, if you sign up for it, it's free. A link in the video description. You'll go in the draw, which we'll announce on Wednesday, to win an international football shirt of your choice. Team Huddle, how it works is that if you go through the link in the video description, you can join Team Goldbridge. And what you do is, for the semi-finals, we've got a lot of people joining up now, which is great. You all put your predictions in for the semi-finals, and you score points on how close you are with your predictions. But as you play the game more, your star rating goes up. As you can see, some of these people have been playing before, and they've got a star rating which is quite high. You can also, within Team Goldbridge, enter our little cash prize, which is £1 to enter. And as you can see, a few people have done it for this quarter-final round, and they can win 64 quid off £1. Remember, you've got to be over 18 and gamble responsibly, and it is open to UK residents only. You can also create your own team. So within Team Goldbridge, if you join it, which you have to do if you want to win the shirt, you will compete against each other to become the 5-star predictor. But as well, if you want to create your own team, which you can do, add a team. As long as you've got more than 3 people in it, you can create your own team and take on other teams. So it's all about predictions and scores that way. The link is in the video description. Give it a go, give it a play, and you can win yourself a shirt via Team Huddle, which is exclusive to That's Football. Oh, it is only for the UK, Salim Hussein. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I don't make the rules. Sometimes we get stuff that isn't for that, but there you go. John Chris is going to eat humble pie, says Archie. What's he saying? Let's see. Mad Marcus is here. Hope he's pumped up for tomorrow. Marcus will be joining me for the England watch-along tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. Get the beers in the fridge. Belgium to win, says Irish Red. I'll tell you what, Mad Marcus will be drinking tonight. He'll be absolutely ecstatic that Fellaini is starting for Belgium, not Brazil. That would be ridiculous. So Fellaini is starting for Belgium. But yeah. Fellaini can win a lot of friends if he deals with Neymar effectively in this game. Let's see if he can. Brendan Bates says in the pre-show they said get the ball wide and cross the ball into Fellaini. Yeah, it's a tactic. It's a bit of a negative tactic, of course it is, but it's a tactic, and it's a tactic that will work for them quite well if they use it. I'm going to keep going. Pogba better step up. He's nothing worth writing home about. Let's be honest. He has to start being that deciding factor and driving force in games. Google. Well, that's always going to be levelled at Pogba, isn't it? It is always going to be levelled at him, and that it is something he has to do. Fellaini is in, says Blizzard Crushing. Belgium just need good crosses, says Joel Robinson. Well, they've got Lukaku's good in the air as well. If Liverpool FC offered you a contract of 100 grand a week, would you sign it? Says Tabish Arshid. Yes. Bloody hell. I've been asked this question before. I can't stand Liverpool, but come on. If you were offered 100 grand a week to play professional football, I'll play for anybody. I would. I've got no issues with that. Vardy and a candlelight dinner after, says Mad Marcus. And against Brazil, Fellaini is a smart move, says Yasir. Neymar will nutmeg Fellaini, says PS4. Every chance Marcus Lindelof has been great in this World Cup. Okay. And Angel Gomez next season. Okay. I will be over the moon if Fellaini scores a last-minute winner, says Gary Wells. Remember, subscribe if you're new. We're going for 42,500 subscribers tonight, so that'd be great to achieve that. So if you are new, please do subscribe. And if you are not new, please do share the video and appreciate the fact that I did go live quite early tonight for you. So get subscribing, get sharing, and get involved with the channel. That would be fantastic. So, how are we all doing? How are we all doing? We're getting close to kick-off, and that's a good thing. I just read someone there saying that when Fellaini plays, Belgium play better. We'll see. We will see, won't we? We will see what happens. That's all we can do. Okay. Not kicked off yet. Got little ones popping in just to see what's going on. Right, give us some comments, everybody, because I've never been this ready. I'm normally a little bit late. Vidal says you're awesome. Thanks, Vidal. You're awesome too. Fortnite Friday after the game, lads, says Anthony Muller. I've never played that game, you know. I did do my prediction, though. I did do my predicts. George Watts, what are you on about? I'll go and have a look. More than happy to, apparently. What else have we got in the live comments? Go Belgium, but Fred needs to score for Brazil. Dawson Prince, I'll be absolutely amazed if he gets on the pitch. Manchester United on the verge of signing Barcelona wonder kid. Yep, I've read about that. I'll talk about it later. I am very early tonight. I do watch cricket. Jake Bullman, no offence, but that's kind of Aggie. And what did Jake say? Okay. They're starting company against Neymar, says Shaban. Well, you know, I think it's more going to be Meunier that's going to be up against Neymar, isn't it? Because he's going to be playing off the left, which is what he does. Boom, bum, ba-dum. Bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, ba-da-dum. Bum, ba-da-dum. Anyone else who's English just constantly singing, "It's coming home, it's coming"? I'll tell you what, there's been so much as well. There's been so many funny clips. The Office, Alan Partridge, Back to the Future. I tell you what, I just hope it doesn't go wrong. I really do hope it doesn't all go wrong tomorrow. But I think they'll beat Sweden tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you're going to join us for the watch along tomorrow, me and Marcus. You know, if anything, it's real. And yeah, looking forward to that. Evening snaps, says Pankaj. There you go. Marcello back is a big bonus, says Archie. You know, one thing I'll ask you lot. I don't always have the answer to everything. Is Marcello, is it Marcello or is it Marcelo? Tell me how to pronounce it, because I flip between the two. Devon Powell has made a contribution. Thanks for that. Remember, you can do that through the dollar thing at the bottom. Let's take a moment to admire Luke Shaw's abs. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I'll be talking about that on the United Stand at 9 o'clock, which follows this show, unless it goes to extra time, which this game could go to extra time. This game, can't wait for it. I think Uruguay-France was a bit. You could see it coming a mile off. It was going to be a game of chess. This is something very, very different. Thoughts on Hugh Hefner? He's dead, Cooper. Barcelona want Pogba, says Hassan. I've not read anything about that. Why is Lukaku not rated so high? He's one of the best strikers in the world, says Yasser Sad. I agree with you, Yasser. I do. I think he's a fantastic striker. I hope he can get us a couple of goals tonight as well. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Fellaini is starting, says Tinmiat. And Lukaku will destroy Brazil, says Shawat. Mark, out of Mourinho, wins the league this year. And why is Fellaini starting, says Eric. He might make you eat his words, Eric. He might make you eat your words. Fellainino start, says Andrew Kidd. Belgium 100% going to lose because Fellaini is starting in their team, says King Zed. You know what? I don't disagree with a lot of you. And it is Marcelo. Thanks for that EC7 videos. I don't disagree with you. But I've got a question for all you lot as well. I'm going to ask you one non-related, non-football related in a moment. But I'm not going to tweet it out about Fellaini because it will just come back and bounce me in the face. I am Jones. He says Lingard to Chelsea for 80 million according to the Daily Star. Well, it's definitely going to happen then, isn't it? Why on earth have we bought Fred, says Lord Vader. I wonder what most United fans will think if Fellaini has a shocker. I don't want him to have a shocker because I want Belgium to win this game. Okay. Right, what I was going to ask you very, very quickly is please do share the video and subscribe because we're getting close to 43,000, 42,500. But I'm just about to finish on Unsolved on Netflix, which is about the Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls murders. It's very, very good. I just wanted a recommendation of a really good sort of series that's on Netflix that's worth watching. A lot of people have said things like Power and stuff like that. I just want to see if you've got any recommendations. Fellaini starting is good for his reputation, says Blizzard Crushing. And it is Messi who wants Pogba in Barcelona, says Hussein Hassan. And Joel Robinson says there's been a goal already. That's amazing when it's not kicked off. And Mark, you promised you would love Fellaini forever if you notched Neymar out, King said. There's a tweet just gone out of the United Stand Twitter account. It's there. If he takes Neymar out, then he'll go up in my estimations. Brooklyn 99. I'm going to write these down. What's it about? I can find out. I think I'll like Power because it sort of follows the same sort of thing as Unsolved, doesn't it? Staircase, I've heard about that. I've watched Stranger Things. It's very good, Mark. You're right. 13 Reasons Why. I've heard about this as well. Altered Carbon, yes. Yes. Altered Carbon. 13 Reasons Why. There's so many, isn't there? I quite like Shooter as well. Anthony Muller says, from the bottom of my heart, I love this channel. I love the fact that people love it because I love doing it, and I know Xander does, and it is great that people really enjoy it and get involved. So I'm glad that you all love it too, and long may it continue. We've had a cracking World Cup, and we will continue next season. Don't anybody go anywhere. If you enjoy football, we're gonna cover all sorts of games next season. So don't go anywhere. We've lined up what Premier League games we're going to cover on that first weekend. We're going to do Liverpool, West Ham and Manchester City versus Chelsea. We're really going to knock it up a level next season. And if Ronaldo goes to Juventus, we're definitely going to cover that. I did the People versus OJ Simpson. Brilliant it was, Benny. It absolutely was really good. Narcos, I'm sort of on. Peaky Blinders, I've watched. Gotham, I've heard about. Westworld's on Sky Atlantic. It's not on Netflix. I'm not going to pay for Sky Atlantic or Now or whatever it's called. 6 foot a day. Active Dan says, come on Fellaini, you're representing United. Yes. "6 days, decent movie. Come on, Belgium," says Stephen Diak. We are getting close to kick-off, and I am going to get the timer ready for you all. And let us know where you're watching from as well. Let us know where you're watching from. and all that jazz. Oh, George, I was just asking people because I was live early. We've talked about the game. I was just asking for some recommendations for some Netflix series to watch because I'm just about to finish. I've done a few and I'm just about to finish another one. So I just wanted a few recommendations. Man United is my city. Say no to racism. Bloody do say no to racism. It needs to just be stamped out. It's an irrelevancy, but it still lingers on, racism, and it does need to stop. And I think, to be fair, what a World Cup. There was concerns about lots of things in relation to this Russian World Cup, and it's been fantastic. We've got people from Kuwait, Sweden, watching New Jersey, and it's 2:00, which is where Jordan is. We've got Hong Kong and Kingdom of Wakanda, Sweden. We've got a few. I hope you're going to join us tomorrow, you Swedish people, because you're very welcome. I know we get a lot of Swedes on the United stand as well. I like Sweden, and if you were playing any other team, I'd probably have a soft spot for you. But tomorrow, I can't. I have to hope we'll win. But if you want to come on the live comments and join, that's what That's Football's all about. Get involved. You're very, very welcome. We are very close to kick-off as well. Very close indeed. So my thoughts on this, I'm going to go with... Wait for it. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win to... Going to go 2-1 to Belgium. How's about that? How does that grab you? I'm going to go 2-1 Belgium. I went 2-1. I went 2-1 to France this afternoon. I was 1 goal out, but I got the result right. I'm going to go 2-1 to Belgium. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. Right, we're ready to go, folks. And we're off. And I'm going to turn the timer on for you. So let's sit back and enjoy the ride. We're only 4 subscribers away from 42,500 as well. So if you've not subscribed, bottom right hand corner. And if you have subscribed, just go underneath the video and click share. It takes 2 seconds to share it on Twitter and Facebook. That would be fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, so Belgium don't have the ball yet. It's with Brazil. Let's watch this game. Let's see how it's going to go. So it looks at the moment like De Bruyne is playing quite advanced. I want to sort of figure out what they're going to do with their midfield, because I think it would be a mistake to chuck Fellaini in the midfield. I think he needs to play more advanced, but he's not. He's going to play in a midfield 2 with Witsel, and he's going to come deep and get the ball, which is... I just don't get it. I just do not get why you do that. De Bruyne just had a shot which went wide. I think you're right, Luca. I've just tweeted it as well. Jose set a bad example for Martinez. Look, whether Fellaini should start or not, the reality is he changed the game, or he got an equaliser for them the other day, playing as an attacking midfielder. So what do you do in your next game? You play him as a bloody centre defensive midfielder. This is the infuriating thing about at United, is that he's not a centre defensive. I think Fellaini thinks he's a centre defensive midfielder. I've heard him say it before. I want to play in the midfield. But you're not a midfielder. You're not. The best bits of you are in the opposition's penalty box. That's where you're a good player. You're not a good player in the midfield. You're not. You get bypassed. You're too slow. Your passing ability is crap. I don't know why. I don't know why teams do it. I'm a little bit worried. About Belgium's chances in this game, because He's only a threat if they can get him into the box. Wet Lettuce says Brazil should be all over that midfield. Well, they've started off quite well here. Neymar, Kroos, Cortez, got it. I think it's going to be a good game, though. I think it's going to be a good game. Jay Legend says Fellaini to handball, give a penalty and get a red card. Neymar to miss the penalty, though. Priest Puncher, I nearly did say he's quite decent in his own box, but yeah, he's a bit clumsy as well. I just wouldn't. I don't understand why Dembele doesn't get picked. I think Dembele is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. I'd take him at Manchester United any day of the week, but Nainggolan didn't even bring him. You see, Fellaini can do this. He can get the ball and play a pass under no pressure, but I think they've made a very static midfield, and I don't understand why he's done it. I don't understand why he's made himself have a static midfield. Maybe he's trying to confuse them because Witsel and Fellaini have got the same hair. I don't know. I don't get it. You're playing a team that's not particularly big, and then you stick a big player in your midfield, a big static player in your midfield. It's weird, and he's sort of, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it'll work. Emmanuel says this is a plan between Jose and Martinez to prove that Fellaini can play in the midfield. Oh, he's just giving a foul away there. Coutinho too quick for him. Keith Fogarty says whoever wins this wins the World Cup. Devil's Ace has just said Joy Deep, you're just as annoying as Neymar. Poor Joy Deep. He's not had a good day today. I was joking with him earlier and now he's been likened to Neymar. Give some back, Joy Deep. Well, I tell you what, it's a quick game. I'm enjoying this. It's living up to what I wanted it to do in the first 5 minutes. The ball's being moved around by both teams. They're pressing each other. I think we're going to see a cracker. I really do think we're going to see a good game tonight. It's been a good start. And, if you're a football, bit of a football purist like me, good play by Fellaini there. Switches it out to De Bruyne. And a nice little switch wide. Now Fellaini will didn't get on the end. He is trying to get into the box, to be fair. Go on, Neymar's got the ball, Fellaini. Just crunch him. Absolutely crunch him. Oh, that's it. Have some of that. He's took him down. That's a big thumbs up for me. It took him 5 minutes. So they've had the free kick. I'll tell you what, I'm really, I don't know why. I'm loving this game at the moment. It's so intriguing. I do want Belgium to win, so it's not really neutral, but it's just a really good start to the game. Both teams giving it some good tackles. The game's not really getting into flow because of that. Good to see. Good to see. Corner to Brazil. We've got a corner to Brazil here. This is where Fellaini and everybody else who's big should be quite good. Oh my life, they've just hit the post. Oh my life, Thiago Silva's just hit the post. I don't know what's going on at the front post there. We'll have to see that back, but I think it's Alderweireld and Fellaini just don't deal with it, and Silva can't believe his luck when it lands with him. Cracking play by Lukaku down the wing here. He's had him on toast. That's a late tackle. Lay him off. Hazard! Blocked by Miranda. Chadley. Good. Wide. End to end. End to end. Love it. Love it. Don't want to see Chadley's shot. It was crap. But good game. Loving it, says Archie. I tell you what, it started off fast. Yeah, so the cross comes in and it sort of hits. Fellaini and Alderweireld miss it and it hits Thiago Silva on the chest, sort of like the tummy button, and just goes against the post. I think if he had anticipated it, he would have scored. Lovely game, says Smo Gaming. Good pace from Lukaku, says Prince R9. I think this game's gonna. Don't take your eyes off it. I think this game could be one of the great games. I hope so. I mean, I've just probably cursed it now, but. Simon says, "Look how crap Fellaini's been so far." Well, he has fouled Neymar. He'll get a yellow card in a minute, Fellaini. Anyway, he's already had 2 fouls. Tabish says that the word on the street is that Fellaini taught Messi how to dribble. I heard that as well. Remember, if you're new, subscribe. We've got quite a few watching. Keep sharing the video, getting involved, and subscribe if you're new. We're doing every World Cup game as a watch-along. And if you're watching the England game tomorrow, whether you're a fan, a friend or foe, join us because it was fantastic the other night and the beers are already in the fridge. Brazil on the attack here. Marcelo, again. He's got it over Fellaini. Good header by Alderweireld. That's got to be a foul by Jesus. Backs to the wall a bit there from Belgium. Paulinho forcing his way through. Back to the wall for Belgium and Paulinho pushes his way through. I thought Jesus shoved one of the Belgian defenders before that, to be fair, but they end up getting away. Good play by Alderweireld. Well done. Scrambling the box, says Prince R9. Brazil all over Belgium, says George Kyle. Little bit, but that'll work to Belgium's advantage, as we saw with that break from Lukaku before, if they can create that sort of opportunity again. Oh, God, again, another corner, and they should score again. Drops to Paulinho, just on the level with the penalty box, unmarked. Scuffs at the shot. Here's Neymar, up against Meunier. Good block there. I think it's Eden Hazard. Leaves Neymar. Oh, late tackle by Marcelo. I think he might be going in the book. He should do, really. He's a bit of a diver as well. Being Ricky says they've missed again. Another corner not dealt with. It's Miranda getting ahead of Fellaini again. He's got to get his body in the way of these crosses. Gary Wells says Belgium not really going for it. There was a good chance for Paulinho Salis, you're right. Man United is my city is right. Belgium. I've said that a few times, and I bet a few of you've noticed that. Brazil in the whole tournament, apart from probably the Mexico game, first 5 to 10 minutes of both halves, they are absolutely on it. But they've rarely scored in that first 5 to 10 minutes. But they look like they're going to dominate the game. You've just got to ride it out, really. What a game. What an intriguing game this is. And I think whoever plays France, that's going to be an intriguing game as well. What a World Cup. What a World Cup. Jesus walked past Fellaini, says Tabish. I don't believe that. Fellaini's the GOAT. Fellaini's God. How can Jesus walk past without acknowledging him? Bit of a religious joke. Brazil are cutting through the midfield, said Jamie. Well, it's not a surprise, is it? I agree with Solomon, though. It's not all Fellaini. I don't get why Witsel plays either. I think he's bang average. De Bruyne. Fellaini's got a bit of room. Hit it! Oh, God. One of the worst shots ever. You think he tried to toe punt it? This was like what you did when you didn't know how to kick a ball when you were a kid. Oh, God. Corner, though. This is where he can be a threat. And a goal! Company! 1-0 to Belgium! Get in! Brazil will be like, what? Get in there for Belgium. But no, they won't be saying that. We are. But I don't. Brazil will be like, what is going wrong? What has gone wrong here? What has gone wrong? What has gone wrong? They've had 2 corners that they really probably should have scored. Belgium have a corner. It's an own goal. It's not Company. It isn't Company. I don't even know if Company makes contact. It appears to go in off the back of Fernandinho. Arm of Fernandinho. To be fair, I think Witsel would have had a nod in anyway, but it's an own goal. It's an own goal. It's not. It's a goal, but it's an own goal. I'm not sure Company's chance was going in, but that makes this game very interesting because Belgium have started off a little bit slow and Brazil have started off a little bit better. But in the context of the game, that's the goal you want. To be honest, whether you're a neutral or not, that's the goal you want. Well, unless you're a Brazil fan, but that's the goal that you want because Brazil have been the team on top. So Belgium getting the goal means that now we've got a real game on our hands. Came off Fernandinho's shoulder, says Prime Presence. Yes. Well, game on. This is what we wanted. Oh, what a cross that was. Tipped away by Courtois. Brazil are playing well. Now Coutinho. I can't believe they've stuck Fellaini on Coutinho. Neymar into the box against Witsel. Kept it in. Oh, Jesus, how did he not score then? Brazil should have had 2 or 3 in this game. They can't believe it. I think they're going to score at some point. Neymar. Into the box. Good block by Fellaini from Marcelo. This game is intense, says Luca. It is. It is. It's very intense. Could play into Belgium's hand, though. If they can get them on the break with Lukaku, we might see Fred. We might see Fred. If they can't break them down, we might see Fred. Sean Chris says Belgium should score another one to shut Brazil's moral down once and for all. Morals down. David says bring on Firmino. Well, to be fair, Jesus has done quite well in this game. He's been quite physical. This is a proper game of football. Loving it, says Dante Gerrard. It is. It's a cracking game. It's absolutely fantastic. Really loving it. Superb cross by Willian. It was Willian with the cross, wasn't it? Yeah, Lindhorst just said that. I thought it was Marcelo for a minute because obviously they've got the same hair. And I was like, oh, but he hasn't got a right foot. So 16 minutes gone. 1-0 to Belgium. Brazil are all over that midfield, AJ, now. I think we know why. I think we all know why. But maybe he's just trying to bully the midfield of Brazil. Maybe that's what he's trying to do, just bully them. Remember, if you're new, subscribe. Bottom right hand corner, we're doing a World Cup watch along for every single game. You're very welcome if you're new. Get involved in the chat. That's football. Everybody's welcome here. Doesn't matter who you support or where you live. You're all welcome. And I don't know what Brazil are looking for there, but an intriguing first 20 minutes in this game. Selwyn says that Fellaini's everywhere. Mertens is on the bench. Kane Pogba. Hakimi says that Lukaku is becoming a better player every day. Here's Coutinho up against Fellaini. Neymar. Well done, Meunier. At least Witzel's a little bit more mobile. Oh no. See, Coutinho just skipping away from Fellaini, shooting from distance there, straight at Courtois. But you can't give Coutinho room like that. He just skips away from him, literally. That's why I would never. He's just not a CDM. Be funny if I tell you what, I'd love to see Fellaini versus Pogba in the semi-final. How's about that? A free kick here for Belgium, which is great because it's just inside the. Oh, they've refused it. I was going to say it was just inside the Belgium half, the Brazil half. I would have been looking to knock a high ball to the edge of the box and use Fellaini and Lukaku there. Jay Legend says, why hasn't Firmino started over Jesus? It's beyond me. A lot of us have been saying that all tournament, mate. I totally agree with you. I don't think there's a balance in this Brazil team. I think it can be beaten. I think it can also win the World Cup, but I think it could be a better team. The balance of the midfield's not right for me for Brazil. I don't think Paulinho, Fernandinho or Casemiro or Coutinho work well. I don't think they've got enough mobility. And I don't think the front three works well because I think Willian and Neymar would work better with a more physical player. Lovely play by Hazard here. Get it, go on. Slip him in. Slip Meunier in. Hit it. That was a good opportunity, that. Get in the box, Fellaini. Get in the box. Now. Oh, good cross. Miranda and Thiago Silva having to work hard here at the moment. Belgium, you see, this is the thing about Brazil. Belgium are no Switzerland, they're no Mexico. They've actually got good players. Intriguing start. It was an own goal for Brazil. Well, maybe it was. I don't know. It was a flicked on header by Company that ended up in the goal, obviously off the back of Fernandinho. But they're looking a threat. Belgium. And we've got a cracking game on our hands. And I personally think that the goal... Look, I don't really want Brazil to go through because I do have a few issues with Neymar. But if they come from this position, 1-0 down, which I don't think they've been in this tournament... They've not been behind in this tournament. If they come back from 1-0 down and win, you've got to applaud them, haven't you? I think my issue with Brazil beyond Neymar is that everything's sort of gone their way in this tournament so far. So let's see what they're like when they're behind. Here's Willian with a bit of room on the right. They do miss Dani Alves as well. I mean, Marcelo's a cracking left back. But if you've got Dani Alves at right back as well, what a back four they've got. But here come Belgium on the break again. De Bruyne in that position he loves to be in. Feeds in Lukaku, is on the left-hand side of the penalty box. If he gets it on his left, they're in all sorts of trouble. Cleared. Good play by Lukaku. He overrun it a little bit like he normally does, but the reality is he still won I don't know whether it went for a corner or a throw-in. Looks like a corner to me. I think Lukaku megged Miranda there, but I don't think he knew much about it either. Stuart McHugh says they're too vulnerable on the counter. I think whatever happens, we're going to get a great semi-final, aren't we? But I want Belgium to be in the semi-final because I'd love to see a team win it who's never won it before. So Belgium are the only hope left from this side of the tournament. De Bruyne, too big across that. Bit of a waste of time when you've got all that height advantage. Worst corner ever, says Priest Puncher. Being Ricky says that Brazil are losing it mentally. I don't think they are. I think Brazil will just keep attacking and attacking. I think the next goal could be crucial in this game. Well, it won't be crucial. I think if Belgium get it, it makes it very, very interesting. Jake Bullman says France will win. I don't think there's much between Brazil, Belgium and France. I think this is the next two games we're going to get on this side of the draw tonight and Tuesday night. Going to be fantastic. Jack Sean says the England fan, look at the final you have. I don't know what that's in the context of. Anyway, I thought he was in there. Tabish isn't happy at how deep Neymar's coming to get the ball. He always comes quite deep though. That's what she said. No, but he always comes quite deep to get the ball. Joy Deep, you are on thin ice, mate. I do not like side-to-side football, as you will may well know. Well, we've had that initial sort of 15-minute burst that Brazil always give at the start of the game. The bad thing for them is that they didn't score and somebody else did. So it's slowed down a little bit now, this game. But it's Brazil dictating the ball. But Belgium are well organised. Here's Paulinho. He's overplayed that now because the fullback's bombed on. Can't wait for the England game tomorrow. Join me and Marcus for it. Cans. We're canning it. Bring on Fred, says Face. Oh, I tell you what, that could be the positive. We might get to see a bit of Fred. I doubt it, but I'd love to see a bit of Fred. It's all right, Joy Deep. The banter's fine on here. Everybody's welcome. It doesn't matter if you want Brazil to win. That's fine. That's what football's all about. Different opinions. Marcelo, good run, good shot. Courtois, low down save, and fortunately lands to Alderweireld, who has time to clear. That could have landed anywhere. It could have landed anywhere. Oh, Lukaku with a lovely little back heel. Spread the pay. Too many touches, Witsel. Too many touches. Hazard up against Wagner. Hazard's had a better start than Neymar here. De Bruyne. Oh, why didn't you shoot yourself? Tried to cross it to Fellaini on the back post. I think he should have shot. That's not a foul on Marcelo by Lukaku. It's just a case of a big man against a little man. I don't know why De Bruyne didn't shoot. What a chance. Mike R says Hazard is a phenomenal playmaker. At the moment, he's having a better game than Neymar. Good tackle by Witsel on Neymar. They're crowding him out. What a game, eh? Poor pass by Lukaku. Chadley couldn't get it, and now Brazil have it back. I tell you what, you can't take your eyes off it. You can't take your eyes off this game. It's fantastic. Ryan Manicum says Lukaku's having a really good game. I've never seen him play this well at United. Oh, I think I have, to be fair, Ryan. I think it's just the way they're playing that we haven't seen. But I think, he's running down the channels, his ability to hold the ball up, his work rate. I think we have seen that at United. I just don't think we attack as much in a United shirt. I've got a bit of an injury here to a Brazilian. I think it might be Coutinho. Or is it Neymar? Neymar. I think it was Witsel who left a bit in, and fair play if he did. Rough him up in a fair way, nothing wrong with that. He'll come back. Willian's down now, clutching his face. got a poleaxe by Vertonghen. Nothing in the Neymar tackle either. No, Manchester United is my city. Look, Neymar's on the sidelines. He's been on there for a few minutes. Willian got took out by Vertonghen, but well, there'll be a lot of Brazilians here because there's a lot of South American support. But here's an interesting point for you. For all the brilliant South American support we've had in this World Cup, from Peru to Mexico, they're not South American, but you know what I mean, Middle America, Colombia, Brazil, Uruguay. If Brazil lose, they're all out. All that South American support goes home. They're all gone. If Brazil go out tonight, there's no South American team left. And they're all European. Which would not be a surprise for anybody who's done their homework, because we've not had a non-European winner in a World Cup since 1958. Brazil in Sweden. A foul on Willian. He's got a chance to put a cross in here. They have put a couple of good crosses in already, and I think Brazil will look back on this half and say that they should have had a goal themselves. Cleared, edge of the box, Fernandinho blocks it. No, Witsel blocks from Fernandinho. They've still got it here. Why have you stood off? Another corner. I don't know what they're doing there. 30 yards out and they both stand off. Neymar shoots, blocked, goes for a corner. Witsel blocking. He's having a good game, Witsel, to be fair. Another corner for Brazil here. Jean-Chris has said that as well. Sweden are better without Zlatan, Brennan Bates. They are, you're right. I watched Sweden 2 years ago in the Euros. Crap. They're going to have to bring Firmino on, I believe. I agree with you, Mr. ASG. And SB says, what has Jesus done this year in this World Cup? Very little. 2002 was not in Europe. Why is it every time I say the last team to win a European World Cup, the last time a non-European team won a World Cup in Europe was 1958, Sweden. And I always get people saying 2002. What a goal! What a goal! De Bruyne, 2-0. This is happening. He's going home. Neymar is going home. Neymar's going home. He's going home. He's going home. No. But it's 2-0. And that is why you played De Bruyne in a more advanced position. So fair play to Martinez for picking up on what a lot of us said the other night. It's 2-0. And now Brazil are going to have to do something. I'll tell you what, this is the perfect scoreline if you love football, because all we're going to see now is Brazil go for it. But are we seeing what happened with Brazil? I mean, lovely play by Lukaku. Lovely play by Lukaku. Skips past players. Feeds De Bruyne in. And the finish is arrowed into the bottom corner. It's bloody brilliant. Absolutely brilliant goal by Belgium again. 2-0 down against Japan themselves. They came back. So let's not think that nothing can't happen. But that finish by De Bruyne is exactly what he's been doing for Manchester City all last season. And Martinez was playing him in the role that Fellaini's playing, a CDM. Get him further up the pitch. That's what he'll do. Absolutely fantastic finish. Superb work by Lukaku. And it's 2-0 to Belgium. What a half of football. And we only had half an hour. Cracking goal. Well, the cat is amongst the proverbial pigeons here, because Brazil have been in this position before, haven't they? in the World Cup in 2014, where they got their bottom smacked by Germany. And I did say this. A lot of people, oh, Brazil are going to do this, Brazil are going to do that. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago that they had that done. And it may be a wound that hasn't totally healed yet. 7-1 it was. Well, Martinez will feel he is the man. Semi-final loss to Germany. I don't think we're going to get anything like that tonight. I'm not going to pretend that we are, but we have got a situation here where Brazil, many people's favourites, they were my dark horse to win it, and everyone was like, why are you calling them a dark horse? And that was the reason, because they've got a very good team. They've rebuilt well since 2014, but Brazil haven't won a World Cup in like, how many years is it since Brazil won a World Cup? Is it 2002, the last time they won it? We're getting on for 20 years. And Brazil just seem to get a lot of things from the past, but Fellaini's just done Neymar again, I think, here. Fair play. No, Coutinho this time. So yeah, I don't see Fellaini. I don't see Brazil as a major force in world football at the moment. I think they could win this World Cup, but I wouldn't put them as favourites because it's been a long time. But a lot of people had them as favourites. This would be a shock. This would be a shock, especially when Belgium were very poor against Japan, apart from that last 20 minutes. So, and what a statement it would be for Belgium if they could do this. And they will believe. If you knock Brazil out of World Cup, you believe. If you come back from 2-0 down, you believe. And Jesus probably needs to come off because that chance he's just had there. Good cross from Marcelo. All the Belgium defenders miss it. He's level with the penalty box. Free header. Doesn't even get it on target. It's a bit high for him. But it's an opportunity. Remember, subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We're doing World Cup watch-alongs for every single game. Get involved. Join the chat. Whether you're Brazil, Belgium, neutral, whoever you support, get involved and have your say, because this is another big night in the making here. Imagine Fellaini lifting a World Cup trophy, says Bio 2-0. Imagine Ashley Young lifting it. You know, it's a team game. Lukaku versus Pogba in the semi-final. It'd be great. It would be great. Fellaini versus Pogba in the midfield, potentially. I think Low Fat's right. They've got to get Firmino on. Jesus is better wide, he says. Well, he would know. He's a City fan. But I mean, the City fans would know about this, but I don't watch City week in, week out. But when I have seen Man City play, they're camped. They've got everybody in that half. And Brazil don't get enough support to Jesus. He's up on his own a lot. Ooh, another corner. I tell you what, if we get a goal before half time, it's game on. I still don't. This game's not over. I mean, Neymar's not going home yet. But here's Coutinho. Decent shot. Good save by Courtois. They're working the keeper. This game is not over. It's just an absolute stonker. This World Cup is a stonker. This game is a stonker. That's a good shot by Coutinho. But to be fair, Courtois isn't even at full strength, full diving strength there. He's made a good few saves though. He's having a good game. Another corner for Brazil. Cato and Fabinho apologist says Courtois is showing out tonight. He's having a good game. He's having a good game. Well won by Fellaini. Chadley helps it on. This is what Brazil have got to be careful about though. The third goal probably finishes them off. Dante Gerrard says Belgium are good in defence. I wonder if we will see substitutions from Brazil at half time. Willian Fernandinho cleared by Company. And now they break again with De Bruyne to Hazard. I don't know why I call him Hazard. Skips past one. Still Hazard. Wide again. Lukaku. Hit it. No, he goes wide. They've got men back now. If that ball had moved a little bit quicker then, Lukaku could have been in. So dangerous on the break, Belgium, with De Bruyne and Hazard and Lukaku. Everyone else just working behind them. Salih says bring Fred the Red on. Ed Woodward says bring Fred on. Brazil have been very naive, football fan. The thing is, you've got to take every game as it comes, haven't you? And maybe Brazil watched the Japan game with Belgium and thought, yeah, this is a game that we should be able to win quite comfortably. But, you know, that's football, isn't it? I know that's the name of the channel, but it is, because Brazil actually put 2 crosses into the box in the first 10 minutes and should have scored both. Belgium, with their first corner, score with a deflection off Fernandinho. So the second goal, nobody can take that away. It was a great goal by Belgium, but Brazil could have conceivably said, well, you know, that's just bad luck. We should have scored. They get a bit of a look. But that is football. But this game's not over. It's not over. It's just a cracking game. This game is amazing, says Mohammed G. I don't see a way back for Brazil, says South African Red. Look, I want Belgium to win, but I can see Brazil coming back. It's Belgium have been good, but Brazil have been the better team. They've just not been right in the final third. But it's, you know, Belgium are good for deserve their lead, but I think Brazil have probably played a little bit better. But it's just a cracking game, and from Belgium's point of view, it's perfection, because they're just hurting them on the break all the time. Here's De Bruyne again. Hazard, bit of a late foul there. They've got to get a foul. It can't be a goal kick. Can't get a goal kick for that. It's got to give the foul on De Bruyne then. Yes, he's giving it. So this is carbon copy of the goal that Fellaini scored against Japan, really. When Hazard crossed this in, Fellaini gets up and nods it home. So this is what De Bruyne will be looking to do with this set piece. Curl it in towards the penalty box. And 3-0 Belgium. Oh, that's how it should go. Paul Duffy says he should shoot. Louise says it could be 3-0. It's coming home, says Daniel Smith. This is perfection. Curl it in towards the goal. Just get Fellaini jumping and it will go flying in off that hair. He went for goal and Alisson put it over. Don't know whether he should have done that. Thank you. Lovely game. Went for goal. Says Juan White. What was he doing? MD Khalid says Mexico would have beaten Brazil if they had quality up front. Corner for Belgium here. Scored from the last one from here. And Company again. Getting the front post flick with the foot this time. On target. And Alisson's down to save it at his front post. Looked like a routine save, but to be fair, there was a bit of pace on it. Priest Puncher says that was a good save. So Brazil looking like they could go down 2-0 at half time. Well, they're already down 2-0. They could go in at half time 2-0. Oh, there's more goals in this game. Definitely more goals in this game. Brazil on the attack. Marcelo, who has improved them. They're a better team with Marcelo in it, but Neymar up against Fellaini. Just chop him. Chop him out. Out to Willian. Neymar. Ducks out of a tackle with Fellaini there. Neymar, I didn't fancy that. Chadley. Oh, they're out of ideas, Brazil here. Remember, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 43,000, so we're still a bit off there. But if you are new, please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and join the conversation on That's Football for every World Cup watch-along and all the latest transfer news. Loads of stuff going on. Belgium looking good. Looking very good. Casemiro was out because of 2 yellow cards, which is a loss. I mean, but Fernandinho's a Premier League winner, isn't he, for Man City? It's not a bad backup to have. Some teams, they lose a player like Casemiro and they're having to play Fabian Delph. So Lukaku is playing off the right hand side a lot. So Daniel Cotum, yeah. Tashin's Animation Channel has just subscribed. Welcome to the channel, pal. KC135R. I like it, and actually I just needed a little bit of a less night tonight because it's a big game tomorrow. Got the Coronas ready for that, and I had quite a lot of gin last night, so I'm a bit headbound. It's Coutinho. Tackle by Fellaini there. Neymar. Strong play there. He wanted a penalty. He's not going to get it. See, all this diving comes back to hurt you at some point. And I'd be interested to watch that a bit. Again, I think it would have been a bit soft. Clayton Petterson says that Neymar would never survive in the Premier League. Well, what half? It's just sort of closing off now. Got about 30 seconds left in this first half, but what a half of football. Lukaku, man of the match so far, says Callum Christie. Devil's Ace just seen Neymar roll past his front door. Well, he's now into the box. And a good block by Alderweireld. I don't know how he's offside anyway. I was going to say, I don't know how a pass like that makes it through. It's a good pass by Coutinho and he just got in. Apparently he was marginally offside. I don't think he probably was offside, to be fair. But here's the penalty incident again. There's no touch on the ball from Meunier, who lashes out, misses the ball, takes Neymar, but your reputation... Have you got the monitor on? Yeah. Your reputation precedes you there, I'm afraid, Mr. Neymar, because it probably was a penalty, but those are the breaks. Those are the breaks. Well, it's all up in the air now. It's all up in the air now. 2-0 at half time. So how did the half start? Let's go back to the start. Brazil come out like they have in nearly in every single game this tournament, where they're very fast and they're all over the opposition. They rarely score in them first 5 or 10 minutes, but all over the opposition. 2 crosses coming into the box. One that just sort of hit Thiago Silva in the stomach and bounced against the post. He didn't know anything about it. And then another cross coming in, lands to Paulinho. He's got loads of space in the box and mishits it. Could have, conceivably, Brazil could have been 2-0 up in the first 10 minutes. They weren't. Belgium get a corner, Company with a flick, hits Fernandinho and goes in the back of the net. It's 1-0. Brazil continue to press, continue to sort of dominate the game in many ways without really getting a clear-cut chance. Little bits of scuffs here and there. And then on the break, brilliant from Lukaku. Breaks away, forces his way through, passes it wide to De Bruyne, who from the edge of the box just arrows it unstoppably in the bottom corner, and it's 2-0. And yeah, Brazil have had more of the ball, and yes, if you were watching the game and taking the goals away, you'd say Brazil have probably just shaded it. But Belgium's game plan has been fantastic, and I don't really think that the midfield is doing a great job against Brazil, but their back line is doing a great job. So even if they do get through the midfield, there's a strong back line. There's people like Witsel and Alderweireld who are just chucking their bodies in the way. And at 2-0 at half-time against this Brazilian team, if they can get through this game, they face France. So I'm not going to say they can win it, but what a confidence boost that would be to Belgium, who have always had it levelled against them that they're a little bit of a Spurs in the Premier League. Good team, but bottle it. And if you're not Brazil out of a tournament, you've got a great chance in a tournament. And that's what we've seen from Belgium. A really, really good game. Time for some Federico Magic, says Robic Ekman. Look, I would love. Thanks, Elliot. I've just realised about the timer. I would love to see Fred come on from a Manchester United selfish point of view, but they've not used him in this tournament at all, and I don't think he will be the midfielder that they go to use again. But it would be great. It would be great to see something like that. Jace says that anyone with a brain knew that Belgium would win easy. I don't think that's fair to the people who want Brazil to win, because actually, if Brazil could finish, they'd probably be level in this game. They've been a little bit... Brazil's problem is that their front three isn't balanced. The team is too Neymar-centric, a bit like Messi for Argentina and Ronaldo for Portugal. And we've already seen in this tournament that being a one-man team is not going to help you. And Brazil aren't a one-man team, but they do use Neymar for a lot of things. And I think that... I'm just watching back the work rate of Lukaku here when he gets it under control. Turning of a... Arctic lorry really, but once he gets going, takes 5 Brazilians out, and the finish by De Bruyne is fantastic. Marcelo should be getting a lot tighter than that. He gives him the angle, but it's a cracking shot, and Alisson can get nowhere near it. This game is not over, says Josh Anthony, and I sort of do agree with you, Josh. I think there is an opportunity for Brazil to get back into this, but as I was saying before, we spoke about Belgium on Monday, and Martinez solved that problem. What he was doing in the first few games of this tournament, playing De Bruyne in a midfield two, with Mertens and Hazard and Lukaku ahead of him, with De Bruyne unable to attack, that was a big mistake. What he's done tonight, yes, Mertens is a good player, but putting De Bruyne into that more advanced position has opened up De Bruyne's game, and that's why you get a goal like that. So that's good. But Brazil, when we look at Brazil, and most of us have seen a lot of these teams play now, so we can start to tactically dissect them. And when we look at Brazil, a lot of us have said, I'm not convinced that midfield three is right. Whether it's Casemiro or Fernandinho, they're the CDM. Then you've got Coutinho, who's a very good player. But I'm not convinced that Paulinho is the right man. I think he's in there because of his physicality, but I don't really think that he gives balance to that midfield. The front three, more importantly, Brazil have got a good keeper and they've got a good back four, but their front three is the worst part of their team. It should be the best, Neymar, Willian and Jesus, but there's no balance there. There is no balance there. Neymar's coming short all the time, doesn't want to hog the left-hand side because he's the star player. Willian doesn't get enough of the ball, but he does hog the right-hand side. And then Jesus is just not having a good tournament. He's not holding the ball up. He's not bringing people into play. And unlike at Man City, he's not got people like Lukaku has. He hasn't got Hazard and De Bruyne within 5 yards of him, making runs beyond him. He's got nothing around him. Coutinho's playing very much to the left and a little bit deeper. He's got nothing anywhere near him, Jesus. And I think at Man City, it works when he's got players near him, but not in the game like this, which is why Firmino should play. Because Firmino, at Liverpool, he's used to being up front as the number 9, holding it up, with Salah one side, i.e. Willian, and Mane the other, i.e. Neymar, and his midfield three behind him don't really get forward and support him, a bit like Brazil. Brazil play quite similar to Liverpool, which is why Firmino should be playing over Jesus. Jesus is used to the Man City way, but Brazil's midfield don't support him. So that has been something that we've been on about. A lot of us have been on about it for a long, long time, so I'm slightly surprised why that's not been done, but that's up to them. And but they may well pay the price if they don't look at that situation in the second half. Anyway, link in the video description. Just going to very, very quickly go through this for you. It's Team Huddle. It's a game you can play through That's Football. Everybody is welcome to play. It's free to play. Download the link in the video description, and then you join the Mark Goldbridge team. And what it is it's basically a predictor. We challenge each other in a over predictions in games. So the next set of games you can do is the semi-final. As you can see, the more you play, the more star rating you get, and you could be a 5-star player within our league. You can also, if you fancy it and you're over 18, you can play in just drop £1 into the pot and play against everyone else who's put £1 in and win 68 quid. That's how big the pot is there. But if you just want to play for free, all you got to do is download the link in the video description. Join Team Goldbridge and get your score predictions in for the semi-finals. And if you want to create your own team, which you can do, and compete against Team Goldbridge, all you got to do is add a team, get more than 3 people in, create your team name, and you're up and running. And also, biggest thing of all is everybody who signs up and joins my team will go in a draw to win an international shirt of your choice. Brazil, Belgium, England, Uruguay, even Nigeria, whatever one you want, you'll go in the draw. Link in the video description. Get it downloaded. It's free. And get involved with the Team Predictor Team Huddle. Lots of fun on the run. Thanks, everybody. Okay, it's coming home, says Darth Vader. It's all about England tomorrow. It would be remiss of us not to mention England. It's all about England tomorrow. We'll be live from about 2:30. 3 o'clock kickoff. Join us. And the beers will be flowing, and hopefully, you know what, I don't want to talk, well, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's see what happens in the second half with Brazil, Belgium. In relation to England tomorrow, I think England are going to win. I think England are going to win. We spoke about this before. I felt that if England beat Colombia, which they did, then that would be not a ticket, but I felt that Sweden would be an easier game. And I'm taking nothing away from Sweden because I think Sweden could beat Colombia on their day. But Colombia was such a hard game, such a battle of a game, such a physical game. And Sweden will be physical, but they won't be bordering on red cards. That's not what they're going to do. And no team would really ever get away with what Colombia did. So, yeah, let's see what happens with it. Let's see what happens. But I think England will win. I think it's a massive opportunity. I think this has been a fantastic World Cup. And I really do hope that they do win it because I want to keep loving this World Cup. And I'll love it anyway. But I'll be disappointed if England go out because it matters, obviously, being English, that we do win it. And, I want it. If England get knocked out in the semi-finals, I'll be gutted, but I'll be massively proud as well. I've only ever seen them in a semi-final once. We've only ever been in a World Cup final twice. 90 and 66. So it's a massive opportunity for England tomorrow. A massive game. I can't wait for it. I'm really excited about it. I really like Sweden as well. I do like Sweden. I've always liked them, and I just hope it's a good game. But I think England have to take that opportunity to get over the line. They have to. And if we've got World Cup semi-finals, England versus Croatia, Russia on Wednesday, France versus Belgium or Brazil on Tuesday. What a midweek that's going to be. And then the final will take care of the fan itself. Shadman says France will go to the final. I think France-Belgium or France-Brazil will be a very interesting game. Part of me thinks that France-Belgium would be closer than France-Brazil because Brazil, if I was France, I'd be looking at Brazil and thinking, Mbappe on the break. I think Belgium will be a tougher game. And as many people have said, Belgium-France is a bit like Germany-Holland. Proximity. They've got the two best squads. Doesn't mean that they're the World Cup winners, but they've got, across the 22, they've got the best squads. So very, very excited to see what's going to happen in the second half of this game because it's going to, either way, France-Brazil or France-Belgium is going to be a cracking semi-final on Tuesday. And then if England do the business tomorrow, England in a semi-final, World Cup semi-final on the Wednesday against Russia or Croatia would be fantastic. But yeah, can't wait. Absolutely cannot wait. Anyway, please do subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. Been a fantastic World Cup and loads of new people have joined the channel, and I hope if you are new you decide to do that as well. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner, and get involved. What have we got coming up for you on the channel? Well, the World Cup's not quite over yet, but it's drawing to an end. We do daily transfer news midday Monday to Friday. We also have a transfer show at 7:30, which Xander does, where we interact with the live comments. That's what we're all about, really. Interaction with you. That's why we have the live comments. Doesn't matter who you support on this channel or where you live. Everybody's welcome. As long as you keep the debate non-abusive, then different opinions is absolutely fine. And I'm sure tomorrow we'll have people who want England to lose tomorrow. as well as people who want us to win. Matthew McFadden is one of the moderators, and I know he wants England to lose. That's fine. Low Fat says England gets the semi-finals. It's a great achievement with the young squad. Yeah, and I was trying to say that this afternoon as well. If somebody had offered us the World Cup quarter-finals before the tournament, I would have said, with what England have got coming through in the next 4 years, that is a good starting point for Southgate. He's got a team, he's got a system that works, he's got people playing for the shirt. Quarterfinals of the World Cup is a great achievement. I think because it's Sweden, if we got knocked out, we'd feel like we'd missed an opportunity. But if we do make a semi-final, that is epic. That is excellent. That is amazing. To get to a World Cup semi-final would be amazing. So that's what England are playing for tomorrow. That's what they're playing for. And I can't wait. I would like to see England on a final, says Enzima. I mean, the Golden Boot's still up for grabs. 2 goals for Belgium, none for Lukaku. And this is what I spoke about in the group stage. Ronaldo went buzzing off to 4. Lukaku did. Harry Kane did. And we were like, we could see somebody getting 10 goals in this World Cup. And we still could. We still could. But they've dried up a little bit as we've gone into the knockout stage because it becomes a lot less... Goals seem to dry up a little bit in the knockout stages. Raleigh Singh says Brazil are going to bounce back. I don't think anything's done and dusted in this game yet. I think if Belgium get the 3rd goal, it's going to be tough. But if they don't and Brazil get the next goal, then it's game on, isn't it? Andrew Ellis says, win, lose or draw, I will support Brazil. I can see why you don't like Mourinho, Andrew. It's all starting to fall into place. And if Croatia go in the final, Modric should win Ballon d'Or. Interesting. I would love to see people's face when England get knocked out by Croatia in the semi-finals, says Kath El Horhi. You know what my face will be like if England get knocked out by Croatia in the semi-finals? I'll probably be initially disappointed, then there'll be a big smile on my face because it's overachievement. It is, and so I wouldn't, I'd be disappointed. But actually, as I sit here now, unemotional, if England get to a World Cup semi-final, that's a massive achievement for England to do. So I'd be very happy. Darth Vader says, bring Fred on. I wish they would, but they won't. They won't do it. And I don't know why, but he's never used him in this tournament, has he? So, but from Belgium's point of view, you just keep the same tactics. Keep doing the same things. Keep working hard. So Willian's come off for Firmino. They're going to put Jesus out on the wing, which is what our Man City fan was saying they should do. But it's surprising because Willian had such a good second half against Mexico. But it just shows that maybe Brazil are a little bit like that. It's more about personality than it is about what's best for the team. I would have kept Willian on. Maybe he's had a knock from the first half, though. Anyway, second half's about to kick off with De Bruyne. He's kicked it off, and the timer's off, which it is. We're up and running. Sarab says, I've been screaming more than I have for United all season. Belgium, Kevin De Bruyne and Hazard running the show. Love this team. A lot of people like Belgium, you know. A lot of people like Belgium. I mean, who's left in the tournament now? I would say, in order of who I want to win the tournament, is England, Croatia, Belgium. As you will know, None of them have ever won the World Cup. I know England have, but it's like saying Uruguay have won the World Cup, haven't you? And, you know, it's a lifetime ago. But I'd love a team to... that, to me, a lot of people are saying, is this the best World Cup ever? And I don't think it's far off, but what would definitely make it the best World Cup ever is if a team wins it that's never won it before, or England, from a personal point of view. Neymar looks hurt, says Argentico. Well, he went out in the quarterfinals of the Rio Cup, the Brazilian World Cup, didn't he? So, and to be fair to Neymar, he's playing a lot of games, isn't he? I mean, he's only just come back from an injury and he's playing a lot of games in a short period of time. So, don't know why Belgium refused to put the cross into the box then, when they had players in the box. Bit weird how they did that short. That'll be a booking, I think. Paulinho fouled. Alderweireld booked. I don't think he's on a yellow card. I think Meunier's on a yellow card. I've got a funny feeling, I think De Bruyne is on a yellow card, and obviously Neymar's on a yellow card. I don't think Brazil necessarily need a goal in the first few minutes of this game. I think, you know, you can get when you're 2-0 down, you can get a goal in the 80th minute and there's still time. So they haven't got to rush it. They haven't got to push it too much. But I think Firmino gives them a different dynamic. Because he's used to being that central point. Nathan says he's German and this is the worst World Cup ever. Yeah, it must be a very weird feeling for a German, to be honest, this World Cup, to be out before even the knockout stage. As an England fan, I'm well used to it. Good interchanging here from Brazil. Jesus in. Belgium have got the numbers back now. And Kompany's done really well there. Cracking defending from Kompany, who, when he's fit and in his prime, was one of the best centre-backs in the world. Or what a ball by De Bruyne. Lukaku into the box. He's going to want to go onto his left. Good defending by Miranda. Really good defending. And that's where Lukaku's a little bit one-footed, or a lot one-footed, because he's got no right foot. He's always coming in on his left, and Miranda's done his homework there. Really good defending. A really dangerous position for Belgium. Nullified by good defending by Miranda. Ravens Claude says Lukaku messed up there. I just think he's just so left-footed. Coutinho to Marcelo. Nice little slip into Firmino. Into the box. Cross back. Cleared. A good point from VJ Deep Sing. Says Lukaku and his balance is a problem again. I think he's such a big guy that I think ball at his feet, running so quick, big physique, he does lose his balance a little bit at times. He's better when the ball's out of his feet and he's got space to run into. Well, a lot of Brazilian supporters in Russia. Apparently the Brazilian economy is booming, so I'm not surprised. Pankaj says everyone's hating on Lukaku again. I think he was brilliant first half, Pankaj. I don't think... His first touch is always going to be a problem, isn't it? You know, he's got a lot of good things to his game, but his first touch is a weakness. Smooth Gaming says, get Fred on. I think they do need to make a change to that midfield three. But I don't think it'll be Fred. Because he's not used him in the whole bloody tournament. Marcelo now. What a cross. What a cross that is by Marcelo. Right across the face of the goal in the 6-yard box, and there's nobody gambling. Or there is. Firmino actually gets his foot on it. Just can't get enough on it. Close. It's 12:30 a.m. in India, says Anurag, and Marcelo is the GOAT of left back, says Baron Death. To me, he's the best left back in the world. Comfortably. Cookie Dough says Fred on for Paulinho. I don't think they want to take Paulinho off though because of his height. I think that's why he gets in the team. Another good cross by Marcelo. Cleared by Alderweireld. Only 6 minutes gone of this second half. Brazil dictating the play, but Lukaku did have a chance on the break, and that's what Belgium will be looking to do. Coutinho looking to get a shot away. Easily blocked by Witsel, who's putting a lot of work. Now it's Lukaku. Miranda's done a good job there. Nice little slip into Neymar. He's onside. Into the box. Dive. Why has he not booked Neymar there? Oh, that's a joke. Why has he not booked Neymar there? That's a disgrace. He's basically just dived. That is a joke. I don't know what's going on here now. I don't know whether it's a penalty or not, but it's a long wait. No, it's not a penalty. He kicks him. Well, I don't know what people think about that. I think it's a joke. It's definitely a yellow card for Neymar because he definitely dives in a box. The ref knows it's not a penalty. If he books him, he misses the semi-final. Oh, I wonder why he's not booked him. Good play by Courtois. But Brazil is definitely pushing for a goal. David says you're a bloody idiot, Mark. Can you not just tell us? Can you not tell us why I'm an idiot? Because I need to know. I'd love to know. There's Neymar into the box again. The thing is, he's going to keep chucking himself on the floor, and if he'd booked him for that dive, he'd stop chucking himself on the floor, and he wouldn't be in the semi-final. FIFA pulling the strings, says Wan White. Yeah, I have to agree with you, Wan, because it's a blatant yellow card. He's dived. And as a referee, you would book him because it makes your job easier then, because he's not going to dive anymore. He's given a penalty now. Well, Hayes has arrived here. Nutmegs for Tongan. Company dives in. The ball's already gone out. The ball's already gone out. Does that make any difference? That'd be a penalty, that. It's definitely a penalty. be honest with you, Vincent Kompany doesn't need to make a tackle that. Oh no! It's no penalty. Or is it a penalty? It looks like a penalty to me. They're waiting around. I think Belgium... I think he's not given the penalty because the ball had gone out, which... No penalty, wow, says Cato and Fabino apologist. I'm going to say I think that was a penalty. I think the only thing that saves him is if the ball goes out. Simon Little says it's lucky. It was a stupid tackle by Vincent Kompany, who I don't think got the ball. I thought it was a penalty, but to be honest with you, I think Neymar should have had a yellow card. So maybe what goes around comes around, isn't it? But Belgium need to do a little bit more here because Brazil arguably could have had a goal. Substitution. Jesus comes off and Douglas Costa comes on. I don't know why they've took Jesus off. Quite a quick substitution that. Well, whether Fred gets on or not, he'll either come on or Brazil will go out. Glad it wasn't given. Deserved from the Neymar dive, says Sins. Yeah, I think I agree. Here is Neymar, though. Needs a bit of help, Fellaini. You've got to get back quick. Good play by Meunier. I think Meunier's had a great game against Neymar, by the way. Dave B says you can't give a penalty if the ball's gone out of play. To be honest with you, I didn't really watch the replays back enough because I thought it had. I thought he'd given it. I didn't realise he'd pointed to a goal kick. I thought he'd instantly given the penalty. Right, I'm just going to get myself a beer. I'm only a minute away. Well, not even a minute away. You'll still be able to hear me while there's a break in the play. But the dream is real for Belgium at the moment. Remember, subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. I know I keep saying it, but if new people are joining, bottom right hand corner, click and subscribe. We're doing a watch along for every single game. Kwesi King says it's a clear penalty, and this is bullshit. Clear penalty, says Archie, robbed. Belgium are getting every decision, says Marvin Miller. I've got to be honest, I thought it was a penalty. I did. And I obviously don't. I want Belgium to win, but I did think it was a penalty. And I thought he'd given a penalty, which is why I wasn't really paying any attention to the replays. You've got to feel that Brazil will score in a minute, though. They're all over Belgium. But if Belgium can get the third goal, it's over. Blizzard Crushing, will you say this is also not a top quality match in which Fellaini's performing? I don't, you know what? I don't actually think Fellaini's played that well. I think he's done okay, but I think he's been bypassed quite a lot. I mean, what's Fellaini done in this game, really? I think Witzel's played brilliantly. I think Fellaini's played okay. I don't get... I think some people watch a performance and think, oh, Belgium are winning, he must be playing well, which isn't necessarily the case. I think Coutinho has skipped past him a few times. I prefer him playing further forward, but it's all about opinion, isn't it? Undecided on penalty, but feels like karma for Neymar, says Lynn Hall. Yeah, I agree with that. And Conrad Abella says, who cares if it's a penalty? The new Spider-Man game's coming out soon, which put a smile on my face. Smooth Gaming says, Fellaini's played better than Pogba. That's because Pogba doesn't play for Belgium. I don't know who you think Pogba is, but he ain't playing. I think Philip Spertola puts it probably better than I could have done. He says, in relation to Fellaini, he hasn't hurt the team, but he hasn't helped. And that's really all you can expect from Fellaini. But they're on the break again here with Hazard. Shoots across the goal. I thought it was going in the bottom corner. Oh, that's what they've got to do on the break. I might use that a little bit later. Didn't hurt. Didn't help. I think Hazard in that position should have been looking to cross for Lukaku, to be honest. Noah Bandil says it feels like Belgium are losing. Oh, Courtois keeps it out. Nearly drops it to the feet of Firmino, but Company reacts quicker. Belgium sitting back. Brazil turning the screw. That's good by Nate. That was good by Fellaini there, using his body against Neymar. Kwesi Singh says, Paulinho, get off. Get on. Neymar down the left-hand side again. I've got to say that Meunier has done such a good job against him. And again, he stands him up. Coutinho just keeps trying the same shot and Witsel keeps blocking it. Marcelo. Amazing game, says NCP Madhead. Is that because you like car parks? NCP car parks, aren't they, in the UK? Jim Coleman says, shout out please, my wife Monica. It's her birthday. Greetings from Florida. Happy birthday, Monica, from everyone on That's Football. And Fellaini's pocketing Neymar. Still can't believe laughing so much, Louise. He's not pocketing Neymar because Neymar's being marked by Meunier. Yeah, Fellaini did start, Tom. Food Memphis says, I feel that Brazil are going to lose. I think the next goal is key. The biggest cliche in football, but the next goal is going to be key. Because if Belgium get it, it's game over at this point. 25 minutes to go. If Brazil get it, it's game on. Regaining Life says Brazil is overrated. Well, for anybody who's been watching the watch-alongs or commented on the watch-alongs throughout the World Cup, we've obviously covered every game, so we've discussed every team. And what we've constantly said about Brazil is that, yeah, they've done very well to, they've been getting the results. They've been getting almost, I wouldn't say grinding out the results, but doing enough, Serbia, Mexico especially. But I think they've always looked like you can get at them. They didn't look like, some of the teams that come into the World Cup and go through the gears and get better and get better. I think there's always been a vulnerability to Brazil, an imbalance, I would say, to Brazil, especially in relation to their front three and their midfield. And, on another day they'd win this game. It's not like Belgium have dominated them. I think Brazil have had more of the ball and have played the better football, to be honest. But Belgium have just played to a game plan that's worked really well. And when they've managed to break, because they're basically just breaking, that's what Belgium have done. We've not really seen any sustained possession from Belgium in the final third of the Brazilian half. What we have seen is just very quick, the odd corner here and there. Whereas with Belgium, I bet if you looked at the action areas, Brazil in the final third of the Belgium half is a massive proportion of this game. I think Chadley's played well, AM2-4, and I prefer Chadley to Carrasco. I think Carrasco being dropped and Chadley coming in has actually been a good move for Belgium. I haven't enjoyed Carrasco playing on that left wing back position at all. Adam Wilnot says Kevin De Bruyne versus Pogba semi-final. We're not quite there yet, but Belgium-France semi-final will be a cracking game. But in 25 minutes, we might get to see Neymar cry. Said Jamie says Fellaini gets passed by all the time. He's had he's put a lot of effort in tonight. I think he's had a decent game, but also you're right. You do see the problem with Fellaini is that he's too slow and he does get bypassed quite a lot. Baron Death says, I don't think United fans should be so harsh with Fellaini. What do you think? I think he's staying at United, so there's not really much point in being harsh against him. But if you don't want him at the club, that's your own opinion, isn't it? I don't really want him anywhere near the starting 11, but I think we will see him in the starting 11 next season, and we won't win the league because of it. And I've said that. That's my opinion. I've said it so many times. I don't see him as a useful part of what I want United to be at all. But he's here, and there's this. I don't really spend much time thinking about it now because it's just going to happen. Witzel's off at the moment. Oh, they've let him back on now. I was going to say they need him back. Lukaku trying to spin and run, and he will. What pace by Lukaku that is. Oh, God. And again, great work by Lukaku, but then his ball control lets him down. I'm with you, Mar Austin. I really want someone to win it who's never won it before. Belgium or Croatia, I suppose. Great run, bad touch, Jay Hart says about Lukaku. This Fellaini's got acres of space. Still plays the simple pass. Hazard. Oh, get up. Tell you what, I wish Belgium had gone on and scored there because the Brazilian lad who's gone down would have made himself look a right bloody idiot. Here's Neymar. Meunier takes him out. I think he'll miss the semi-final now. Yeah, Meunier is now going to miss the semi-final. Which is a loss. That's a big loss for them because It was a yellow card as well. It's a shame I think he's been man of the match for Belgium. I think he's been fantastic, but Edward would want extra time and penalties. I still think it's possible. I think even if Brazil score in the 80th minute, they've still got 10 minutes to get the second. So, but yeah, I remember Man City in a certain game needing 2 goals in the 90th minute and getting them. So, it can happen. Food Memphis, I didn't know. Jordan Thompson, I think you're right. 5 games to be carrying for 2 yellow cards is a farce. You know, you get booked against, in Belgium's case, you get booked against Panama, and then you've got to play 4 more games without another yellow card. You may as well get yourself booked again and miss the 3rd game. I think there's no chance of Marcelo leaving Real Madrid, no. To answer a question there, Darren? Roy the Boy says Lukaku is deceivingly quick. Paulinho's just gone off. But they bring Renato Augusto on. I mean, Fred hasn't played 1 minute in this World Cup. What a time. What a waste of time. Just having a quick look at who Renato Augusto plays for Beijing. It's a madness. Why doesn't if Renato plays in here we go, Diego Costa. Another save by Courtois. If Renato plays in China, why doesn't Ramirez play for Brazil anymore, or Oscar? Because they play in China as well. And Oscar used to be part of the team, didn't he? And Oscar can't be that old. XX display XX says anyone but England. Join us tomorrow for the England game. It'll be good fun, XX. 15 minutes to go. Brazil need a goal. You'll be happy. And they've got a goal. They've got a goal. What a header that is. And it's the lad from China. He's just scored. It must be a good header as well, because it's game on now, isn't it? It's a good header. Again, I presume they bring Renato on just because he's big. Good header. Gets it low. Courtois can get nowhere near it. It's a good header, to be fair. Fellaini would be proud of that. That should have been Fred, says Ed Woodward. Yeah. Well, I told you, didn't I? I said, you know, if they get a goal before the 80th minute, they're laughing in this game. And it's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing for Belgium to do now because they've got no momentum in this game at all. No momentum at all. And I think if Brazil get back to 2-2, you'd have to fancy them to win it. Yeah, as Electric Mars says, they're obviously good headers of the ball in China. Simon Little says, are we getting penalties again? I think if Belgium don't see this out, I think Brazil will win it because there's been no momentum from Belgium at all, like I say. They've not really done anything in this second half. Darren Sweetman says, get Fred on now. They've used all three subs, mate. It can't happen unless it's extra time. Nathan Himmerick says that Brazil have only got half a chance. They'll get a couple of chances in the last few minutes here, although De Bruyne is on the attack. Oh, they just can't get their final ball right in this half, Belgium. They've had opportunities, but here we go with Neymar. Of course, Meunier's on a yellow card as well. Oh, God, Firmino. Good little turn. But Brazil are playing a lot happier now. It's 2-1 to Belgium at the moment, Lou the Human. That was a good effort by Firmino, you know. Ain't far off. Belgium look shattered, says NCP Madhead. Belgium need to make a change, says Zach S. Yeah, they haven't made any changes at all. Why the hell haven't they made a change? Crazy. Well up Fellaini there. They've got a 4v2 here. This took too long, Hazard. It took way too long with that. Great running by Hazard, but took too long with the final ball. Eric Ward, I agree. I would have brought Dembele on for Witsel or Fellaini, just to give him a little bit more mobility in the midfield. He seems obsessed with height, Martinez, and I don't get it. Against a team like Brazil, it's not massively important. Fellaini looks really heavy-legged now. Oh, how did he not score then? I think it's Renato again. They're just cutting through the midfield now. Where's your Fellaini love now? Because he's just jogging back here. They're just all over the place. And Renato Augusto could have had 2 goals. Durrani says it's getting interesting. Fellaini is jogging, says EC7 videos. Witzel for Dembele now, says J Hart. I'd do Witzel for. I think Witzel's still got legs. I'd do Dembele for Fellaini. He looks knackered. Let's bring on a defender for Marlon. Tassin's animation channel says, please God, let Brazil get a late equaliser. I did think that this one could go to extra time, to be fair, so you might get what you wish. Remember to subscribe if you're new. We've got over 2,000 people watching, which is amazing. And join us for the England game tomorrow. I will be dressed in this, as per usual. The lucky one comes out for tomorrow. So make sure you join us tomorrow. It's about 2:30 for a 3 o'clock kickoff. But this one could run and run. This one could run and run. We might not be finishing this anytime soon. I think Chadley's coming off of a Marlon, which is a defensive move. They're going to try and see it out, which, as an England fan, I can tell you, Bob Martin, is not a good idea to try and go defensive, because it has a horrible way of biting you on the ass. Mark Willis wants extra time and penalties. I think it's been such an intriguing game. I think some games you don't want the extra time and the penalties, but I think this has been such an intriguing one that I think that maybe you do. Be nice just to get. Well, I don't know what we got. Probably got about. I think we'll get about maybe 6 minutes. Maybe 6 minutes added on here. Yeah, if we're going to have penalties in any of these quarterfinal games, I want it to be now or tomorrow night, not tomorrow afternoon. Can't be doing with England having penalties again. Here's Neymar into the box. Oh, he's done Meunier. Lays it off. Oh, what a miss. What a miss. That should have been 2-2 from Coutinho. He's in the box. It's laid on for him from Neymar, and he should absolutely bury that, and he puts it wide. Neymar literally into the box. Stands it up for Coutinho into his stride. Me or you could score this. It's perfect. As a footballer, that's perfect. He gets paid loads and loads of money. Just hit the target. Hit the target. As Selwyn says, WTF. That's your chance. They'll probably get another one, but God, Fellaini just got beat in the air by Fernandinho. Hazard on the break. This is what Belgium need to do. They've not had any chances in this half. Oh, good play by Hazard. That'll be a booking as well. Fernandinho. Booked. Won't miss the next game, but Casemiro would play in the next game, you would feel anyway. Remember, subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we're going to try and get to 43,000 tonight. You can see the number in the bottom right hand corner. If you are new, we're doing a World Cup watch along for every single game. Are we going to get extra time and penalties in this, or are Belgium going to hold on? They've not really done anything in the second half. First half, when they've counter-attacked. They defended really well. They've counter-attacked well, but in the second half, they've just not got their final ball right. And you just feel that, well, that Coutinho chance was the chance to level up, but you feel that Brazil will get another chance. I think there's going to be at least 5 minutes added on in this extra time as well, and we're not quite at 90 minutes yet anyway. Oh, this is a stupid decision. He's taking Lukaku off. What a risk. What if they score? Well, he's took Chadley off for a defender. He's now taken his striker off for a midfielder. If he gets this wrong... Does he not realise if you go to extra time, he's got no one up front? I know he can bring Batshuayi on, but... Did he not watch England-Colombia the other night, where we tried to go defensive and then they scored with the last kick? Really weird. I mean, hopefully it'll work, but... You'd fancy Brazil to get a chance. So Hazard and De Bruyne will play as the front two. Tielemans will drop into a midfield three with Fellaini and Witsel. And they've almost got a back. They're playing like a 6-3-1 at the moment. Neymar's in the box. He's overrun it. Goal kick. Matthias says rest in peace Belgium, but I don't necessarily think so. I just think it's whether there's time for Brazil to do anything. Yeah. Says if Brazil scores, it's over for Belgium. How tall is Fernandinho? Because he keeps beating Fellaini in the air. Victor says, I'm telling you now, it's over for Belgium. Here's Diego Costa. I think his substitutions have been really weird in this game. And as I say, I think if Brazil score, the momentum's going to be with Belgium. With Brazil. Michelle Lack says, who's going to win? I ain't got a bloody clue. It's just whether Brazil can create that chance or whether Belgium can defend it out, because they are just defending now. It's defence against attack. Yellow card to Wagner, I think. He's not been booked before. Jamie says, touch wood, Brazil win. I think if Brazil score, they win. Because I think they've got the momentum, but it's whether they can hold out. I mean, Belgium haven't been very impressive in the second half, I've got to be honest. They haven't really been that impressive in the second half. But that's the story of Belgium, isn't it? They're a bit like... Well, they're not like United because they play totally different, but they tend to have a good half and a bad half. We're not even into stoppage time yet, of which I think there'll be 6, maybe 5-6 minutes. Kobe says Belgium are going to win it. A lot of people saying Hazard's man of the match. Oh! Neymar's going for a penalty again. Brazil are going for VAR again. Why not just book Neymar for diving? Not given anyway, which is good. It would have been very soft. He should. I can't believe he's not had a yellow card. I agree. 5 minutes to be added on, which have probably just wasted a minute of it anyway with that. So, God, Fellaini, make that bloody pass for God's sake! It was simple. Keep the possession. The unbookable Neymar, says Notorious Nerd. I think you're right, mate. I think you're right. There's Marcelo. Get rid. Belgium just need to eat up the clock here. They got a free kick. Hazard's happy. That's what they need to do. I know it's cynical, but take the free kick. It's within touching distance now. If they play clever, it's within clutching. It is within clutching distance as well, but it's definitely within touching distance. Just play clever. We got 2 minutes left. Probably 3. Brazil with the ball. Marcelo. Oh, what play by Douglas Costa that is. Oh, what a save! What a save by Courtois. I think that's going in. What a save from Neymar. Top corner. Edge of the box. Right behind this. Well, I say what a save. It's not as close as I thought it was, but it's still a good save. Corner to Brazil. This, I wouldn't say it's quite over yet if they don't score from this, but they need to do something from it. Neymar. Goal kick. Heads it over. Can't look. I don't even support Belgium. Well, it's been an interesting game because I think at half time we were saying, oh, you know, what a semi-final it's going to be. France versus Belgium. France versus Brazil. What a game that's going to be. But I think Belgium have been quite disappointing in this second half. And Brazil just haven't had enough in them. But this, I think it's over. I think De Bruyne knows it's over. Corner. To Belgium. Belgium-France will be a very interesting game. We're into the 5th minute. Get ready for Neymar to cry. He's blown it right on it. Blown it, didn't even play past. Excuse me. Well, it was interesting, wasn't it? He didn't blow. He didn't go any. I think he blew it before the 5 minutes. Get out. And Brazil are out. Not good enough on the day. Well done to Belgium. World Cup semi-final. United player in the World Cup final at least, says David Lloyd. Yes. Yes. The South Americans leave the World Cup. They're all out. They're all out. Well, so Neymar, he hasn't actually started crying yet. But bye-bye, Crymar. Come on, Neymar, cry already, says Jean-Chris. I was just thinking that as well. He was crying for a bloody goal against Switzerland. But he ain't going to bother when he gets knocked out of the cup. Just shows it's all about himself, isn't it? Gentle Fritz says the referee wanted Brazil out. You could look at that. You could look at that. Mark predicted that 2-1 to Belgium. I did. The initial topic. I did as well. Got it. I've done all right today. I said 2-1 to France and 2-1 to Belgium. So I was only 1 goal out with France. But good. Good. I'm pleased about that. And yeah, it's coming home, says Wet Lettuce. Brazil out. Well, whether it's coming home for England or not, we'll find out tomorrow whether we can get to the semi-finals. But Belgium, France. If Belgium beat France, we get a team that's never won the World Cup before, which would be great. I've knocked 2 links in the video description for you. There's an eye in the top right hand corner or the top comment. I'm live on the United Stand in 5 minutes talking about Manchester United's new number 7 because Alexis Sanchez is rumoured to be taking the number 10 shirt. So we'll be talking about that at 9 o'clock. Link is in the top comment or by clicking the eye or by going to the United Stand. I'm going to be live there in 5 minutes. But well done to Belgium. And remember, if you want to play Team Huddle, which is a predictor game that you can play, link is in the video description for that. And anybody who signs up to Team Goldbridge will go into the draw to play to win an international shirt of your choice. You might want a Neymar one, it doesn't matter, but the link in the video description is for that. Luke Johnston's just said that the commentator said Douglas Costa will be playing with Ronaldo at Juve. Have I missed something? Is this confirmed? I hadn't heard anything about it being confirmed, but it doesn't mean that it isn't. We have been watching a World Cup game, so anything can happen. I'll discuss that on the United Stand and find out for you. He says, have I look around? Anyway, I'm going over to the United Stand. I'll be live there in 5 minutes. I'll see you over there. Hopefully you will join me and we'll be talking about United's news number 7. Speak to you all soon. And also back here tomorrow, 2:30, building up for the England versus Sweden game. It's coming home. I'll see you tomorrow. Or on the United Stand in 20 minutes. No, 2 minutes.